Hello all, welcome to the JavaScript for Pentesters course on Pentester Academy. In this video, we will look at the solution for task 7. Now, actually I picked up the idea for task 7 from one of Semantic's blog articles which was getting sassy with XSS, right? Keystroke logging. So have a look for a more detailed, treatment of this topic. I've picked up some of the essentials, created the challenge, and the solution is also on similar lines. So let's jump right in. Now, what you really want is that when the user presses a key, we should have our handler get that specific event and basically at that point send it back to the attacker server, right? The attacker server is something we can create like we did previously, just for testing purposes. And so here goes python-m simple HTTP server. Let's run it on port 9000. Here we go, right? Now, there are different events which we can look at. So basically one is on key press, then you have, the key up, the key down and all of that. The key press one, of course, some browsers do not support all keys. People typically recommend, probably looking at either down, which is something you can kind of play with, right? I'm going to be using on key press, just like suggested on the blog article, just so that you can read the article later on and everything looks in sync. So here are my two script tags. And inside this, I'm just going to do a simple document dot on key press and then define the handler function. Let's call this keylogger for the input it receives. And basically, let's figure out the key which was pressed. Key, right, pressed equals to string dot from char code. So we are really using the character code and converting it, so that we know which key was pressed. And now posting to the attacker server, it's one of the standard techniques which we've discussed multiple times. This would be in localhost port 9000. Maybe you have a script running in here. At this point, I'm not doing anything much. And there we go. So document.on key press. You can even play with key up, key down. Function keylogger in, blah, blah, blah. Key press, string from char code. Looks okay. Dot which. Let's copy this out, paste it, copy it in, use the URL parameter to inject it into the page. Great. Now we can go in here, we type in Vivek, hit the tab, and let me type in my password, right? And now if I go back in here, if you notice, you clearly see V, because there are redirections simply because I've set up something, which isn't really receiving the keystrokes. But if you notice VI, V, E, K, and then probably this is the tab, and then you have password, PA, right, SSWORD, as you can clearly see, right? Fantastic. And if you look at from the victim's perspective, pretty much nothing has changed, right? So this is a very simple example of how you can tap into the keystrokes which are happening on a page where you manage to inject your JavaScript. So I would highly recommend that you read the blog post. They have a couple of other interesting ones as well in this whole series, which I would recommend. I may even convert some of them into other challenges. And if you're enjoying your time at Pentester Academy, we would really appreciate if you can recommend us to your friends and colleagues in the InfoSec community. Thank you.